Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for October. A romantic or relationship situation is something that focuses a lot of our minds. And in a way, astrology can be a great tool to guide us through this particular area, amongst others. Now, Venus, the planet of relating, is in a very tender part of your scope up until the 17th of this month, and it could give you quite a bit of food for thought. With Mercury also in the part of your scope that's to do with your worldly interactions in the first week, that could be a factor. But there is a new moon on the first day of this month, which is in the most joyful, sociable and long distance planning part of your scope. But it's going to be activating broadly your ruling planet of Jupiter, which moved into that area last month. Now, despite the fact that Jupiter is now going to be in its most exuberant part of your scope in terms of joining together with others for the next year, it does start this month in quite a conflict with Mars. Mars moved at the end of September into the part of your situation to do with your resources and also your values. But Mars is about instant gratification, and that means what we want now, our desires. And of course it's about sex because it is the more masculine side of relating. So in the first couple of weeks of this month, I think it is possible that you could have a situation where something you desire for the long term, you almost want to bring it about straight away. And that could lead to a real giant step of ambition that works out positively. But it is important not to go beyond what you can really achieve. So don't risk your resources on any get-rich-quick scheme. Don't rely on friends in business or around finances. They could disappoint you. And also be aware that your values may go through a little bit of a change as Mars makes its transit through the sign of Capricorn. I think once Mercury moves into the sign of Libra on the 7th, you can move into the moment a little bit more, start to orchestrate your moves in a little bit more of an intellectual way, not be so bound up by the compulsion, which is Mars and its right angle with Jupiter. And there is then a full moon at the heart of this month on the 16th. This full moon can stir up a lot of that side of you that likes to be free, spirited, have your own space, do things spontaneously, and that can all be really positive. So if your friendship circle has become a little bit cloying, a little bit predictable, you may find yourself wanting to make some changes. But equally, you may need to reconnect with a partner in your love situation, because if you don't, the drifting influence of Venus making its way through your 12th house could really pull you apart, especially if you can't seem to give each other the time that at least one of you wants. Now, Venus is going to be moving into your sign on the 18th. That's entirely positive. It's not a panacea. It doesn't mean to say your love life is going to become perfect, but it does mean that you can become less inward looking and a little bit more engaged by the potential to play, be flirty, have fun. Now, there is also a conjunction between Mars and Pluto on the 3rd week of this month. If there is something you really desire, believe me it's going to be very hard to resist with this particular conjunction. You may find yourself, whatever it is you normally like, whether it's chocolate, a glass of wine, some sensual up-close loving, or some retail therapy, whatever it is for you, it may be very hard to resist over that group of days. However, there is, on the 23rd and the 25th, a realignment in the heavens in terms of the luminary, which is the Sun, and Mercury, which plays catch-up, because Mercury goes through a very quick transit through the sign of Libra, and they're both connecting in the part of your horoscope that's to do with pausing and reflecting. But Mars, continuing its rather controversial journey through Capricorn this month, then clashes with Uranus. And again, that desire to just do what you want and be a bit of a rebel and go against what other people expect of you can come to the fore. But I think you need to be conscious that there may be other people and they may have their moves, And some of those may leave you feeling a little isolated and not quite so connected to others as you thought. Sincerity is going to be absolutely essential this month in all your moves. Whether you feel a relationship has run its course or not, try to let it go as dignified and graciously as you can. But I do feel when it comes to those deepest needs, they are going to be very strong, but your expectations are equally going to be very high on the back of that new moon and Jupiter's influence. But as this month goes on, the more grounded you can be, the better it will be for you. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.